Hi and welcome back. In this lesson we are going to continue with complex modeling. Now I'm gonna show you a project that I just modeled. In that case there are complex part because it's full of columns, arches. We have other simple objects here. I have tried to make I will show you by removing all the geometry. So I have modeled this part here, not those arcs here, but I have modeled quite a bit. So just let me put that back again. It's thinking, one moment, because there is quite a lot of geometry here. Okay, now it's ready. So I want to show you a little bit how you can reach that level. Of course, when you see it like this, when it's finished, it looks quite complex, but what you have to do is to go step by step, and you have to decide if you want to start for the little things or you want to start for the big things. My recommendation is that every situation have different ways to proceed, but normally what is important is to first analyze the geometry of the space, and then I would recommend to start from the big to the little. And as always I say, try to make it as simple as possible in order to make it more easy. Okay, so we are going to go to the next chamber. This is taking quite long because recording the video and playing everything, it's more power demanding. And here we can see we have the same, because we have arches, we have columns, we have a special roof. So we need to project those lines from the ground to the top. And I have made first one side and then duplicate to the other side. So yeah, let's make a new project. I'm gonna make a church which is having some stairs and some complex shape. So the pano is that one, and with the stairs I'm going to explain you something which is very important. Okay, I think I'm not going to model everything, but just a little bit in order to explain what I feel it's more important here. So here we have different situations. We have a big arch here, we have some stairs here, we have a quite rounded roof. But as said before, we should simplify. We have to understand that we have one volume here, another volume here, another one here, and the rest is here. Of course, we could just go very quickly and make a very simple model. For example, let me try to make something like this. Like, for example, one point here, I will project that line here, more or less here. Now we go from here to here. We would come around here. We would project that line here, this other one here, come a little bit more here, point, a little bit of projection around here. We can close and we can make like this. So this would be really simple, but depending on the project, now we could try to adjust a little bit more. I'm not telling you that you can do it like this, I'm just telling you that you have the chance to do it like this, and if you make a project where you just want to make simple transitions, we would have a model which we have made it very simple, and just check it out how it works. Okay, so we have a big hole here, so just check out what happened. I think that now we have a really big polygon on the ground, so we just make Shift A, and yeah, we can see that the triangulation result, it's very bad. It doesn't happen on the roof, sorry, because we have it more far, so it's not using all the space. So please just remove it, and as I tell you before, when we have this situation, what we have to do is to simplify it in smaller pieces. In that case, I'm going to make small quads. So when you make a quad with 4 points, you should never worry about the size, because a quad is composed by 2 triangles, so there is no triangulation process here. Okay, so now we have our very simple model done. Now we should not have the black holes, and we don't have them. Yeah, and that makes the sense, no? It's better than nothing. So with this I want to explain you that you can simplify it. You don't need to make it very detailed. Okay, so let me start again. Maybe the best would be to delete that pano. I don't have pano, so I just drag it again. Okay, now let's get serious with that. And what I wanted to point out is how to model stairs, because there is one point that should be very clear in every project, which is the ground. Okay, maybe you would think about making like this, and then putting 1 point here, 1 point here, but this would be completely wrong. And why? Because the red point has always to be at the same level, so this is the ground level, not this, and there is only one ground. So in order to model that, what we should do is next. So we make first step, we duplicate that line, and here what we have to do is to adjust the top point by dragging on the red one, the one that represents the ground level. Now we have the ground level. What we have to do now is to add 1 point. As said before, sometimes when you duplicate or you add points, you need to move a little bit the panel in order to refresh. So now we have a new step. We set the height of that step, and now we can duplicate that point. And we just proceed the same way. We know that that point around here is the same as that one here. So we are projecting the ground, and we are adjusting the height that we know, because we knew it from here, and we knew it from here. We are dragging it at that point. Now we don't need that point, so we could do a couple of things. We can just remove it and add a new one, or we can just reuse it and put it here. So now we duplicate, we adjust it again, we make the same, and now as we expect architects to make it quite straight, we should duplicate all those points to the other side. Okay, so just make it easy. We prepare all the duplicates, we drag them a little bit so we can take them easily. I have put them in order, so that should be the one from here which fits correctly. That should be the next one which also fits correctly, and that one would be the one from here. Now we can zoom in and adjust more correctly. So now we have the structure of the stairs, and now we can model the steps. We make that face, we make the other face. Please remember that you need to close all of them. And you need to go face by face and not just making only one, because when you do like this, it doesn't know exactly how to triangulate. So, for example, it have decided to make that vertex around here, so that would have a wrong shape. So we just press delete and we make it face by face. Again, not sure if I have click. Yeah, now it's already click. And the last one, okay. So now we would have it. So again, just let me say it again because it's really important, and when you don't take that in care and you just think that if you want to make a point here, you have to locate the ground here, this is absolutely wrong, because this would be a very, very long point. So please, in order to make that point here, just click, make a pause, and try to make the vertical line that should go here. Okay, now I'm going to make it. So as we knew that this point from our real ground is that, I'm going to duplicate that point, and I'm gonna drag the line from the ground until it fits to my point. So now I drag the line, and this is the real level ground from here, and I knew it because I have taken from here. So for example, if I want to make that level here now, what I should do, let me just make it ready for the next step, this one. I duplicate the line, I drag it from the red point, and now this should fit here. Okay, so now what I could do is closing that level, the same here. Yeah, and we would have it. Just take a look at the preview. Of course, everything is gonna be almost black, but not the stair. So yeah, we have done it great. Okay, now we have learned how to make very detailed stairs. Of course, you could have done it in a different way, like just making one point here, somehow making the projection of that point here and just dragging that one around and make a big quad, so you don't have to be making all the steps. So you could have simplified it a lot, but this is the exact shapes of the stairs. And we have learned how to understand how to project the ground level to different levels. And now what we are going to make is learn how to define this arch here. So we have some points. Just select the Add Line tool. We will start from that side. And why we're going to start from that side is because here we don't have it visible. So this is an important issue to taking care. Many times we don't have everything visible, but we have references that allow us to make it in another place and then duplicate. And as we knew that this point here is at the same height at this point here, we can just drag from the ground level and project it to the correct place. So now this hidden point here, it's visible because we have projected from the other side. Okay, just go ahead. We duplicate. Sometimes duplicating, as the lines are so thin, you need to make it a couple of times. Okay, so now we have to find what's the height from here. But again, we have a problem because we are not really sure in which place we have to set our ground point. But we have one trick here. We can make a quick polygon which is fake because we are not going to use that, but the edge that is projecting, it's going to be used by us as a guide in order to know that the projection of that plane here is at that point. So we fix it here, and now we can project the other point here. We can leave it because we are going to make some of them. So just duplicate the line, we more or less put it in the half. So now we can duplicate that one and use it on the other side. And we could just go on and on, dividing by 2. And projecting on the other side, so we make it more organized. And please make sure that the center of the point is at the center of the line. And yeah, we have make it quite complex. We could just define the arch with less points, but as we are not going to make a lot of model here, we can just make a good definition of the arch. Okay, now I have removed that fake polygon. I'm going to add one point here because what I want to do is to define that shape here. And now I choose polygon and I could be making like this. We check triangulation, it seems fine. Okay, and now we could do the same on that side. So I just go fast. We're taking care that we know a little bit the distance from that white line to the point, so I duplicate that line. Seems like the floor should be around here. I'm going to make the same on the other side. Seems like it should go here, and now I can make the same as I did before. So I just create this fake that is gonna be used in order to make the guide. Here in that case I see that the stair itself would project the level of the ground at that point. So just duplicate, it's that one here, and we choose the middle. Yeah, looks quite fine. Okay, it's that line. We should project it around here. One should go around here. That one should go more or less around here. This other one should go around here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now this is getting more complex, as you have seen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have one missing. It's 1, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I think I need to duplicate that one. That should go here. Yeah, here it is. So now I should make a little bit like this, and now I can join those squads here. So from here to here. Again, the same as we explained it previously when we were making the stairs. Just taking care not to select that one. We could not just go straight and make a simple polygon using all that points, because I just stop here, because it won't know how to correctly triangulate, and yeah, that would, it's a good triangulation, but it's not making the shape as we want. So I just delete that. I just delete that one also. Okay, we had this point here that we are not going to use anymore, so I want you to be very polite and do not mess with unnecessary geometry. So now that we have all the arch, we could just move a little bit so we visually look it better. So just press Ctrl P and preview. We have the stair on one side and we have the arch on the other side, and as you can see it have a quite good shape, so we could give it a done. Okay, so for now this is going to be finished. Now I want you to take the challenge of modeling these couple of objects, the stairs and the arch. We'll see in another lesson. Thank you and bye.